Okay, speaking to Catherine now.
Ad Astra Abyssosque. We meet again, you two.
Hi, Catherine. Do you have any commissions for us today?
Oh.
Commissions, huh? Let me think. Oh, how about this? Please attend the Academia's Academic Symposium this afternoon and recite a love poem on stage.
Wait, say what now?
And if possible, please also use your camera to capture the reaction of the audience upon finishing the poem.
Huh? What kind of commission is that?
I see. It appears that you're not interested in this commission.
That's so funny. She's
In
just
that
trolling.
case, please go to Port Armos and convince the Eremites there to spend some time volunteering at the local orphanage.
Okay, yeah, this is the Archon
That's
quest
not
to me.
any
This one.
better.
She's just taking the piss now. Can't see Parliament now without also seeing those photos of the big inflatable Paimon on the barge outside the Houses of Parliament. Paimon on the Thames. So funny.
I'm sure the mercenaries will have some interesting reactions as well.
That might be why she's gone then,
Carmen's
yeah.
gotta ask, just who exactly has been submitting these commissions to the Adventurers Guild?
Oh, the commissioner? Well, actually, I just wanted to see the two of you in action.
Was it so obvious? I was hoping you would actually take one of those commissions. That kind of chance to observe humans doesn't come by often. Ah, so it's Nahida. Paimon just knew Catherine wouldn't crack those kinds of jokes. When did you get into her head? From when she said, Ad Astra Abyssosque. So it's been you this whole time?
She's so cute.
Are you done resting up, Nahida?
I love her.
Yes. I've been sleeping ever since we parted ways, and I even had a really, really long dream.
I don't know. Maybe you spoke to her about this before you could speak to her about the other one? I'm not sure. You gotta see if you still have that other world quest. The one that does give you the dailies.
It was another dream about the Sub-Zero's festival, except it was a happy one. In my dream, I was sitting in the middle of a flower terrace, and everyone in Sumeru City was holding hands as they danced in circles around me. They danced round and round, and everyone looked really happy. I also got to sit on a gigantic flower carriage. Ferris, the Knight of Flowers, raised me really, really high above the ground, and I was throwing an endless amount of Yalda candies at the children. You know, Nahida, maybe your dream is how the Sub-Zero's festival really should be. It's meant to be a joyous time where everyone gets together to celebrate your birthday. Huh? Wasn't I describing a really happy dream? Why are you both looking at me like that? Wait, could this be an example of the emotion known as pity? No, we aren't pitying you. That would only make everything worse. We just don't want you to feel too sad. By the way, have you had a chance to visit Dunyarzad? How's she doing? The Homianis haven't allowed any visitors after the festival, so we haven't been able to check on her. Yes, I paid her a visit right after I woke up. She was resting at the time. Her condition is stabilized. However, since Elazar is a manifestation of the withering on the human body, we can only cure it by finding a way to take care of Irminsul's own withering. But for the moment, our top focus should still be figuring out what the sages are up to and what they're planning. Right. Who knows what'll happen if they manage to pull off another scheme like the Samsara of the Sub-Zero's festival? So our first priority should be investigating and putting a stop to the sages' activities. As for how we should pull that off, let's discuss it somewhere else. There are too many adventurers around here. Oh, good point. Sorry, adventurers. We're we're gonna be borrowing Catherine for a little while.
So that's why she's gone. Because you started that, yeah. So I have to keep talking to her somewhere more quiet. No PTs at 90 wishes, yeah.
Here.
True. You didn't. That was like
Okay,
2 steps
Do
away.
you have any ideas on how we can investigate the sages,
Hmm.
Nahida? Actually, I've already done a little bit of work on that. But for
Interesting.
now, I want to hear your thoughts.
That's nice.
We're in the dark as of now. Since we still don't know anything about
None
their
of these
goals,
options look good.
any rash move could tip them off and
Yep.
lead to terrible consequences.
Yep.
After all, every person in Sumeru City is one of their hostages.
Oh, that's creepy.
I've already tried that.
I've already
And all
tried
the key
that?
members of the Academia, even the core 30 guards, intentionally avoid wearing their Akasha terminals. It seems that from the
okay.
very beginning, they've been guarding against info leaks from the Akasha.
Hmm.
Of course, it could also be because they're wary of me.
Have you already
Yeah.
caught the sage's attention?
I don't know.
I'm guessing not yet, but distrusting me would make perfect sense if they've ever paid attention to the urban legends about me. In any case, I probably can't take over their minds directly. No way, that's too risky.
That's why I didn't click
You
it.
mean it'd be too easy to get caught?
No, it's not that. We shouldn't involve innocent students in this.
Yeah, it's
A
not their
single
fault.
mistake could completely ruin their lives.
Hmm.
Doing that would be ignoring the safety of my people for my own selfish goals. How is that any different from what the sages are doing?
That's
She
a
has
good point.
She has a point.
Spoken
She
like
has a
the
point.
god of Sumeru.
No. That's it. That's all we got.
Are
We
we
are
really
out of ideas. Yeah, we are. Yeah.
Nahida, you're super smart, so you already have something in mind, right? Don't keep us in suspense. Spill the beans already.
According to a popular theory from the Vahumana Darshan of the Academia, rejecting impractical motions at the beginning of a planning session will give more weight to the actual proposal.
Okay,
Okay.
but aren't you the god of wisdom? You don't have to use that kind of gimmick to make us take your ideas seriously.
True.
Well, I've been thinking that if I can't directly possess the leaders, and if I can't get ordinary people involved, then I should find someone who's already involved, but hasn't decided to side with the sages.
You're saying we should
Interesting.
recruit a spy?
Yeah.
That does sound like it could work.
Okay.
Oh, before coming back, we met someone named Alhaitham.
We
He
did.
seems like he acts alone, and he likes doing stuff behind the Academia's back. They
Hmm.
probably aren't in cahoots.
Actually,
Okay.
I already have someone in mind. Do you still remember that female scholar named Sataria?
Sataria. Paimon remembers
Hmm.
now. Isn't she the one who's always trailing behind the Grand Sage of the Academia? We ran into her basically every time the Sub-Zero's festival repeated itself. You could even say we're old enemies by now. Paimon still remembers the smug and mean way she always spoke to Nilu.
She was very pretty, but very rude.
I've always liked observing all kinds of people, and Sataria has always stood out from the crowd.
Okay.
She was born in the desert and was hailed as their greatest genius. Her
Oh.
academic gifts allowed her special admission into the Academia, and also gave her the opportunity to serve as the sage's assistant.
Oh, Paimon didn't know she was
Right.
from the desert. She must be pretty special then. Paimon feels like most of the desert dwellers around the city are working as mercenaries.
The name Sataria means star. When she lived in the desert, she shone like the brightest star in the night sky. Later on, she was chosen by the sun. The star was given a place in the daytime sky to
Very
complement
clever,
the
okay.
sun's dazzling light. Soon after, the star witnessed the sun scorching the earth, which brought forth many disasters. The star began to waver. Instead of staying beside such a sun, wouldn't it be better to return and light up part of the night sky? But in the end, she couldn't give up the radiance of daytime. To cope with her shame, the star buried her guilt and closed her eyes.
From the sound of it, Sataria's just hung up on the research opportunities here. But she doesn't really support the academia. She still feels guilty about not doing more for the desert, right? She's just running away from her problems.
Indeed. When they are presented with complex moral issues, many people will simply plug their ears and go with the flow until the problem can't be fixed anymore.
Damn, okay.
She's suppressing a lot of guilt, but before she realized it, she had already become the sage's accomplice. She can't deny her part in their schemes anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Right. We must somehow make her face her problems again.
Ouch.
That way, not only can we get useful intel from her, but she can also use it as an opportunity to redeem her from my past observations. Sataria will take a day off from the academia every 10 days to do some shopping in the city. Tomorrow afternoon just happens to be a shopping day for her. That'll be our chance. To prepare, let's go check out some of her favorite spots, and have a quick chat with a few of the
Okay.
vendors there.
Okay. This is starting off very chill. I don't imagine it's going to stay that way. But... Oh, damn it. Gather information from the girl with 100 cats. Okay.
This should be Sataria's favorite fortune-telling spot.
So should we ask the fortune teller about Sataria?
No, I already have enough
No.
information on Sataria. The most important thing now is for you to pay attention to the vendor's talking style and key characteristics.
Are you going to be a vendor?
Talking style and key characteristics?
Are you going to take
My
a place?
poor lost lambs. Have you become troubled over your fates? The
That's a
divine
child.
voice of wisdom
That's a
often
child.
echoes between mine ears. If thou be blessed today by the gods,
Child.
I may be able to show you the way.
Huh? Really? Nahida, you've been whispering things to her?
Yeah.
Shh. My friend here has some doubts regarding his future. Can we get a fortune reading for him?
Oh, so she put on her Catherine voice for
Hmm.
the public.
Of course, of course. In that case... It would seem that Harut and Marut are quite wary of you. Perhaps, at some time in the past, you have somehow offended the gods.
Only mocking the god of Animo, questioning the lord of Geo's financial savviness, and brawling with the god of Electro. Do those count?
Hmm?
That was amazing.
Oh, nothing.
That was such a good
Go
line
on,
for her.
pick an aspect for her to divine.
Health prospects. No problem at all. Oh.
She's like 6. What?
The gods have spoken. The truth shall be revealed.
Oh, God.
Your life shall continue on for...
Yep. Yep. Yep.
for-
Yep.
Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Many tens of thousands of years?
Just confirming he's not
Impossible.
human. Yeah.
Harut, Marut, did you two spoil my divination? I've never read a fortune so absurd.
No, she's right.
Actually, Paimon thinks this is probably the most accurate fortune telling you've ever done.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I admit that the orientation of today's celestial
Oh, she's
matrix
giving us
is,
it for free.
suboptimal. As such, there will be no charge.
Is
Thank you,
that
small
so?
child.
Well, that can't be helped.
If you were to bring some food offerings for Harut and Marut on your next visit, perhaps they could help you reverse the wheels of fate.
Sure. Why is that one huge? What? Sure, I will feed the cats. I'm fine with that. Yeah. Let me feed the cat. Oh. Let me feed the cat. Sorry.
Is this another one of Sataria's favorite stalls?
Yep. It belongs to a king.
We've
His
spoken to
father
him
helped
before.
Sataria
Can't
a
remember
lot
why.
when she first moved to Samari City, so she still comes by whenever she has time. When I start talking with him, listen carefully to the details of our conversation.
Okay. Are we just getting little tiny lore drops?
Ah, dear customers.
Confirmed
Would you
stuff.
like to look at some pottery?
Sure.
We caught wind of your great craftsmanship, so we specifically came to take a look.
Oh, I recognize you. Aren't
feel
you
bad for
Miss
Catherine at
Catherine
this point.
from the Adventurers Guild? Sounds like I'm in for some big business.
Speaking of, where did you learn this trade?
I suppose you could say it all started with my dad. He's a mason by trade, but I picked up an interest in clay while apprenticing for him. After that, I began making pottery by myself in secret. And I simply changed trades when my works turned out well. Although it's a pity that I'm no longer making much use of the knowledge provided to me by the Akasha.
That's nice. You're making a living doing something you love.
Oh.
So is your father still working as a mason?
Oh no, not anymore. A few years
shit.
back, he fell from a roof and broke his leg. Since he had already saved enough Mora over all these years,
Damn,
he's just
alright.
enjoying the retired life in Port Ormos nowadays.
Fair enough.
I see. We wish him peace and happiness in his retirement. I'll have someone in charge of logistics at the guild come by another day for some goods. We'll leave you to it. Take care now.
No problem. Rest easy, all our goods are sure to meet your
Why do they give him
need.
angry eyebrows? Okay. Fine.
This should be our final stop. Sataria's always thinking of this restaurant when she's working at the academia, so she always comes by whenever she's out in the city.
Nahida, you've really thought of everything.
It's my duty to protect Samari's citizens, after all.
Hi there.
Yeah. She knows
I feel like
everything.
I've seen you down by the docks before.
Huh? Sorry, I don't quite remember.
If I recall, you were having a discussion with someone about shipbuilding at the time.
Ah, that's right! I've always been really interested in feats of marine engineering. After all, I grew up in Liyue Harbor and spent my entire
Oh.
childhood staring at the ships going in and out of the port. I came to Sumeru to study, but failed to make it into the academia due to my lack of talent. But
Aw.
I'm still discussing all kinds of problems with different scholars. And I'm continuing to study and perform research from the restaurant's basement. I'm sure I'll get into the academia after their next round of
Aw.
exams.
She's really
What
sweet.
an admirable spirit for learning. Amazing.
Sure, but you'll find hardworking people wherever you go.
So this restaurant has a basement as well? Huh. First I've heard of it.
That's right. It's not usually open to patrons. Most of the time, employees use it for breaks or to hold private events.
I see. Guess that makes sense. Well, good luck with your studies, Miss Chishan.
Okay.
Thank you so much. As long as I can make it into the academia as an official student, I'll be happy.
Okay. Okay, I kind of see where that one's going. I don't know about the middle one, but that... Alright. Okay.
So, was that everybody?
Mm-hmm. 3 familiar faces should be enough for Sataria.
What's the point of all the information we've collected? Nahida, you still haven't told us how you're planning to make Sataria face her problems.
Sataria is already used to avoiding her problems, so we must find a way to break through her usual
Mood.
sensibilities. I remember that you mentioned that the Eremites in Port Ormos are all making a fuss about the upcoming resurrection of the Scarlet King. Although it's all just a boatload of nonsense, the fate of her homeland may turn out to be Sataria's soft spot.
Fair enough.
Oh, Paimon gets it now. You want to take advantage of the guilt Sataria feels about her homeland.
Mhm.
Although
Yeah.
she knows she should return home to help the people of the desert, all she's done is conspire with the sages.
And Sitaria is also too smart to fall for any simple tricks. If we simply engaged her under the guise of the Scarlet King's believers, she would definitely be weary of us, and we may not get anywhere. But if we were to borrow some of her close acquaintances to talk with her, her reaction would probably be very different.
So,
Interesting.
you mean you're going to possess those people we just talked to?
Yep.
Yep. Possess them through the Akasha. Imply that they've already converted to the faith of the Scarlet King. And then convey our made-up will of the Scarlet King. As
Damn.
long as everything goes smoothly, we'll get through to Sitaria for sure. She'll never
This is
guess
very
that we had
manipulative,
anything
but
to
she
do
has a
with it.
reason.
Ah, so that's how you're going to use all the info we collected on these people. It's so that you won't slip up
Yeah,
and
background
break form.
info.
Possessing them will only work if you can manage to pass off as them.
Exactly. So, best of luck with impersonating them.
Yeah, it's gonna be me.
Huh? Best
It's
of
gonna
luck?
be, yeah.
What? We don't know how to possess anyone.
That's no problem at all. I'll just share all their senses with you once I've possessed them. As long as you're also wearing an Akasha terminal, the effect will basically be as if you've possessed them yourself.
Great.
Huh.
Excellent.
That is pretty convenient. But why does he have to do this? Can't you do it yourself?
Although I've been
Kind of.
observing humans for a while,
Not the middle
I've
guy,
never
though.
been good at imitating them.
No, me neither.
You're not
It's really not that
wrong.
bad. Okay, that's
It's
right
always
then.
been painfully obvious whenever you try to pass as Catherine.
Yeah, she's a really bad Catherine.
If it was
She
at
just
all
makes stuff up.
possible, I would have preferred to leave these people alone. But
Mm.
seeing how things are now, I probably should just accept it and push on.
Okay.
Don't beat yourself up over it. We're only doing this to help everyone, and we'll only be borrowing them
It's a
for
bit
a little
creepy.
while anyway.
It's a bit creepy.
Alright, then let's give it a go tomorrow afternoon.
Okay. Yeah, so this is why, yeah, the Catherine isn't then there for anything. Let me get my cooking done, maybe. I don't need to do this over. Right. What was it, between 6 and 8 or something? Oh, 12 and 6. Whoopsie. I would have missed that completely. Let's go. Jade Chamber. Yeah, I've put my camera up here so that people can see the subtitles stuff. Yeah.
Inactivity serves no purpose whatsoever.
Thanks, Bryden. Okay. I'm trying to remember what the cats are called. The guy broke his leg.
Here she comes. Satari's here.
Let's quietly follow her. Once she starts talking to her acquaintances,
This is so
we'll find
creepy.
a safe spot
but
to
it's
begin
good.
possessing them. As for
Okay.
how we'll sway her to our side, I'll leave that to you.
She's really pretty.
I trust you'll know what to say.
I've just got to make some shit up, I hope.
Paimon's starting to feel kind of nervous.
Can you just completely fuck it up?
Let's go. Looks like they've already started talking. Let's find a hiding spot and get started.
God. Okay. Let's go. Where are we hiding? Down the stairs a little bit? That's not a very good hiding spot. Look at her go. Zoom into the brain. Oh, wow. That was a bit fucked up.
That's right. You really can't force anything when it comes to love. And besides, everyone around me has a very different background and outlook.
Oh god, we didn't ask about love.
Are you still listening to me, Nabia?
Oh,
See, she's so pretty.
Of course I'm listening. You were talking about troubles with your love life, right? I heard everything you said.
Okay then. You just seemed a little distracted for a moment there.
Shh.
Strange. Your cats seem pretty worked up. Is something wrong? I always thought they were quiet, happy kitties.
I remember
Oh,
the names.
What are their names again? Ah, that's right. They are just little darlings, aren't they? Harut and Marut.
Kitty.
So, Which fortune do you want me to read for you today? You must have come for another echo of the divine voice.
So he
of
gets to speak
wisdom.
as her, but you don't get any Zack lines. God
I'd
damn.
like to get another reading on my love prospects, but to be perfectly honest with you, I feel like I've been a real mess recently.
A mess?
Well, could you do a reading on how long it'll take me to finish my current project at work? I really just want to get it over with.
I hear you.
Paimon
No
just zipping
problem at
about.
all. The gods will reveal the truth.
Smooth. Yeah, it was so funny. God.
The gods are asking, Sitaria, why haven't you gone home?
Why haven't I gone home? Do the gods really know everything
She's like
I've been
offended.
thinking
Whoops.
about?
Sitaria, why don't you just go home? It's a demand now instead of a question. The gods seem to be truly upset.
This is a bit.
I'm sorry.
Oh my
I
God.
know I failed the gods. Please pass on my most sincere apologies and ask for their divine forgiveness. And if I may ask, Nabia, is there a specific god who's speaking to you right now?
Catherine's like.
What an inconsiderate and naive question. The god who is
Okay, I
speaking
didn't even
to
have
me
to pick
is,
that.
of course, the wisest and mightiest of all, the Scarlet King.
The Scarlet King? No wonder he would make such a demand of me. Oh, wait a second. The Scarlet King passed away a long time ago. Even though news of the Scarlet King's resurrection has been spreading like wildfire, it's all just a misinformation campaign from the academia. How can the Scarlet King still exist in real life?
What insolence! I am the Scarlet King's most loyal believer. Do you wish to refute his voice of wisdom?
Oh, no. As a child of the desert, I am only reveling in his power upon learning that his divine glory has touched
Did I not
even
pick
this
those
city. I will think very carefully about his demand of me. I'm sorry. I must go now.
Okay. The only thing I had to get right was the names of the cats, so. They're not there. It's fine. Ooh. Their little heads.
She just ran off in a hurry. She looked pretty upset too.
Well done.
Okay.
Sitaria didn't seem to suspect anything amiss.
It's because I got
To
the
have
cat's
something
names
she's
right.
been trying desperately to avoid show up out of nowhere and berate her, that must have shaken her to the core.
The little girl's like, what the fuck just happened?
Aw, Nahida, it seems like you understand human emotions really well after all.
All I know are some abstract Harabatot theories. And in any case, my time with you has shown a lot of them to be utterly useless. I'm still trying to make sense of everything. Anyway, enough of that. Let's hurry and catch up to Sitaria.
Yeah.
She's at Akim's now,
Ooh.
right on cue. Let's
Never
get
understood
ready
why
to
they
possess
had
him
the-
right away.
The other name above the Scarlet King. I know they do that with other names too. Yeah, they could just... Yeah, it's weird. It's like, yeah, we know what you're talking about. You don't need to clarify every single time having the name above the other name. We know what you mean. Zoom. If I get any of these wrong, it'll be him, probably.
It's okay. I just got caught up in something. Oh, actually, didn't you ask me to help you look for work? What kind of work were you looking for again?
The masonry is what his dad does.
Gardening? But don't you hate everything to do with plants?
I could just
I
pick
still
whatever.
remember getting mad at you for secretly throwing away the bonsai that I gave you as a present.
Well, you see, a friend told me that the secret to self-improvement
I can get it wrong and it
is
doesn't
to
really care.
work on things you're not so good at.
Fair enough. I didn't think that was something you would consider. Speaking of, how's he doing? Is he feeling any better?
Walking.
Oh, that's good to hear. I've been thinking a lot about him.
No worries, Spiff,
If I
it's
could
fine.
get some more
Don't worry.
time off, I'd love to pay him a visit.
It's all good.
Actually, while we're talking about him, is he still living in Port Ormos?
Yeah, he's been retired there for a while.
If you could find the time, please write him a letter. Please pass on that recently, faith in the Scarlet King has taken root in Port Ormos.
Yeah,
It's
they
begun
still
to
keep
spread
doing that.
across
It's
Sumeru.
weird.
He has a quick temper, and has always been a devout follower of the Dendro Archon. I don't want him to get into a fight with those Scarlet King believers because of a difference in beliefs.
Oh? So, who are you siding with in all of this? The Academia or the Scarlet King?
Ooh.
I'm so jealous of you. You were born a child of the desert.
Okay, showing off
Yet
his
you
knowledge
chose
now.
to betray the Scarlet King, and now you spend all your time with those
Aether, that's
crooks from
mean.
the Academia.
Aether, oh my
Hakeem.
god.
You don't mean you've also become a believer of the Scarlet King?
What's so strange about becoming a believer of the wise Scarlet King? In fact, aren't you the strange one? The one who still can't pick a side?
Oh, that's mean.
Can't pick a side? Me?
That's mean.
Whoa! Paimon had no idea you'd be so good at this.
Yeah.
You really zeroed in on the issue and put it right in front of her.
Ouch.
It might feel a bit overwhelming for Sataria.
She's gonna feel like everyone's conspiring
But
against
once
her, isn't
everything
she?
is over,
Ouch.
I'll be sure to pay her a visit to her mind and explain everything. Anyway,
Yeah.
let's keep going.
Oh my god. It's gonna freak her out, right?